1.3, exponential functions, and our objective is to be able to use exponential functions to model growth. Yay! Woohoo! So we have exponential function, the form of f of x equals b to the x, and then I have some properties that I just directly copied out of the book, so that way we didn't have to do the whole thing. I think that I just put them on your page, or I gave you just a few things to fill in. So because b of x is defined for all real numbers, the domain of f is from negative infinity to positive infinity. Because b to the x is greater than 0, as long as it's greater than 0, b to the 0 will give us 1. And thus f of 0 equals 1. If b is greater than 1, it is going to be an increasing function. If b is between 0 and 1, it is decreasing. Okay. Does anybody need a couple more? Okay. Take your time, no worries. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is identify if it's increasing or decreasing, and we're going to graph. So we're going to do a T-chart, do a rough graph, and then tell if it's increasing or decreasing. So for our first one, our B is 3. Since that is greater than 0, or not 0, greater than 1, what does that mean? Yep, increasing. I'm just going to go through and do that first. I'm going to do it for all the problems. Our next one, our b, is 1/2. That's between 0 and 1, which means it's going to be? Increasing. Perfect. Okay, e, there's our b for the next one, which means it has to be? Yep, increasing. And then here we have to rely on remembering our exponent rules, knowing that a negative exponent makes it be 1/2 for our b, which would be decreasing. Okay, so going through, we're going to do our graphs. I'm going to try not to write as giant this time. I'm not probably going to succeed. So x, y, I just picked some numbers, 0, 1, 2, and then -1. Okay, so we end up with, we plug in 0, we get 1. When we plug in 1, we get 3. When we plug in 2, we get 9. When we plug in -1, we get 1/3. So when it comes to a rough graph, over here, -1. I'm going to try to do that 1/3. It's a little rough. At 1, we're at 3. Let's try that again. At 0, we're at 1. At 1, we're at 3. At 2, we're at 9. I'm not going to go all the way up and do that. I'm just going to leave it like this as my sketch. Okay, our next one. We're here. X, y. I did -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 this time. So -2 would give me a +4, a -1 would give me a +2, a 0 would give me 1, 1 would give me 1/2, and then 2 would give me 1/4. So again, going over here, this graph's going to be a little worse than the last one, so just be prepared. The next one, you can feel free to get your own values, but you can also just trust that I did my calculator work the other day. X, Y, -2, -1, 0, 1, then 2. We have 0.135, we have 0.3678, we have 1, we have 2.17, and we have 7.389. Okay? Again, I'm going to sketch it. After this one, I'll probably have to erase because it's not going so well. Okay? 1. -2, we're at 1/10. At -1, we're at 3.6. 1, we're at 2.7. At 2, we're at 7. So it's roughly going to look like this. And then the last one, I don't really even have to write any of it up here, right? This B is 1/2. It's the exact same problem, just in a different form as example 2.